What's up? I'm Lyrical Genius, 26 years old, from Chicago, Illinois. I am a spoken word artist here as well as a socially conscious hip hop artist. I have been acting since I was about 15 years old, and I want to say since I was around 20, I haven't really auditioned for anything as far as acting goes. Kind of focused more on school and music and poetry showcases because it's a lot easier to get into things, as far as like showcases through poetry and music. Not so easy when it comes to theater, which is what I was classically trained in. I have a poem that I'm going to do for you all. It's called Your Own Worst Enemy. I didn't exactly have a monologue prepared or anything, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity to try and audition for you guys, and this poem is much like a monologue, so hopefully you enjoy it. I was born in the summer, July 25th, 1986. A beautiful baby girl, born to Renee and Vernell Collins. I grew up as the baby of 4 children, 1 boy, 3 girls. As a child, I could always remember my mom off at work and my dad away at school. A product of Bronzeville's gritty streets, I could hear gunshots blasting sometimes on my way to sleep, and I couldn't tell y'all what it really is, but my big brother and sisters raised me. I mean, I was exposed to sex at way too young of an age to understand. And yet I could always feel it in my heart. My attraction was to woman and not man. I know you couldn't conceive it at that young of an age, but I sure can. I mean, I had my first lesbian sexual experience in just 2nd grade. My BFFs came to spend a night, and well, doctor is what we played. Exploring each other's anatomy. It was so innocent and yet so pure. This further advanced my curiosity and was like a sickness with no cure. Junior high school? Well, it was odd, because all those feelings and changes came. I mean, I got my first menstrual after a JV basketball game, and I knew right then my attraction to women just would never be the same. But you see, I thought I did a good job of keeping it locked deep down in my brain. You see, I wanted to believe so badly that this was a phase, or perhaps a moment of clarity that I alone could brave. Or perhaps I had built up this attitude towards men on account that I was molested by an in-law at 10. I had no trust in men, and yet I was raised with my dad. But I trusted this in-law with all I ever had, and he took my innocence. But he is not why I'm gay. You see, Lady Gaga couldn't have said it better, baby. I was born this way. Yet and still, like many, I tried to cover it up, not knowing I was exposed just like a sitting duck. You see, my older sister, she liked to call me Dykes whenever she got mad. And as a child, you won't say it, but I was thinking, I can't stand your hateful ass. So I wore the mask, and I learned my roles to play. Bought little cute skirts and thought of games to play with these young boys' minds, 'cause all they wanted was sex, and all I wanted was a girl. So I guess you could say I settled for second best. Like, maybe if I do it, these feelings will change. So I did it, and it is now a mental block in my brain. I mean, it felt so wrong. And I know many of you don't know what I mean, but let's just say you would if you were conceived from the gay gene. So lost and afraid to all my feelings that I hold true, my parents asked me, "Why didn't you tell us?" I said, "I was so afraid of what you think of me. I was afraid of even telling you." Surprisingly, my family already knew and was just awaiting my confession. You see, I felt like a little kid again that just had learned a valuable lesson. Like, it's not to my family, but to the world in which I live that I do not compare. You see, walking hand in hand down the street has got me and my girl plenty stares. From my attire, the way I dress, to my hair, whispers as I pass. I used to walk with my head to the ground until I had a dream one day, and enlightenment is what I found. You see, life, this journey, it's never ending, and you can't walk it alone. So that's why I stopped slitting my wrist and picked up a microphone. You see, I want to spread awareness to all the gay youth. Don't ever let anybody tell you how to be. Live as you choose. And even though darkness is all you ever see, do what I do. I keep it locked in a cell deep inside of me. I mean, honestly, sometimes people don't think before they speak. I can't tell you how many guys have approached me in the streets saying mean things only to hurt me. Things like, "Oh no, you're too pretty. It can't be." I tell them, I never knew being gay equated to being ugly. Or, my favorite, you just haven't met the right guy. I tell them, boy, I've met plenty, and 99% of the time they just want to run up in me. Plus, I enjoy the sensual softness of a woman's lips. I epitomize loving a woman from her head to down in between those hips. The sweet taste of sin. Or at least that's what religions say. But do they teach y'all in the church that it's the acts to which you perform which makes it a sin to be gay? Wait. So this means I can be like all those closet case priests, and as long as I never have sex with another woman, God will open up his pearly gates for me? Makes you think. But I won't get into all that. Instead, like a derailed train, I'll get back on track. Because you see, my essence is perfection. I gotta live and be me. Because when my time comes, ain't nobody going with me. You see, I've accepted who I am, and you all should too. Don't ever be afraid to let them meet the one that is true. And don't ever be afraid to let them meet the face behind the mask. For this society is as fragile as cracked windshield glass. Too much pressure, and it'll crack. But if you live and be free, sometimes you will find that you, yourself, are your own worst enemy. Peace.